let's say an employee has just put something on social media. Someone else has tipped you off to say, oh my God, can you believe what they've posted? And you then want to know what you can do about it. So you've already checked, you've got the signed contract of employment that gives you the right to monitor, you've got your policy that was reissued last month and all employees signed and sent a copy back to prove that they'd accepted that policy. You need to have a look at the circumstances. So what have they said? Is it so hugely serious that you need to consider dismissing them, potentially? And in that situation, you know, take a screenshot as quickly as you can of what it is that they've said or done. There's a recent scenario where a Coca-Cola employee posted something on Twitter and he thought it was to his personal Twitter account, just moaning about, I wish all these people would leave me alone. And he put it on the Coca-Cola Twitter feed, which was not a good idea. But even if he had made that comment just purely on his personal one, if you can see on his followers that there are lots of customers out there, which I'm sure there are lots of them, Coca-Cola drinkers on his feed, then you know you can still potentially take action and take issue with him. So have a look at what they've said. I had a scenario recently with a client who contacted me. He was a chief executive of a housing association, and he was absolutely incensed that one of the employees had posted on a Facebook page alleging that he was incompetent, and he wanted to do something about it. So I said, well, let's have a look at what she's done. Let's have a look at her profile. And we saw actually that she wasn't connected to many employees as part of the housing association. She didn't represent herself as being employed by the housing association. And actually, even though he knew the comment was aimed at him, she didn't specifically name him, and it could have been one of a number of people. She'd basically criticised line management, and he was her direct line manager, but he did share responsibility with others. So, you know, whereas he was ready to dismiss her instantly without following any process at all, we couldn't do that. You know, it wasn't fair in the circumstances to do that. But we did go through a disciplinary process, and she was issued with a final written warning, just to make it absolutely clear. And then, of course, we reissued the social media policy throughout the organisation after that to make sure that everybody knew what the expectations were.